Hey everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. In this episode, I'll be going over some of the dark-sided force powers that exist in Legends. If you're enjoying the videos, please give them a like and subscribe to the channel so I can continue making them for you. Note, some of the powers I go over are also considered canon, but I'm sticking to the Legends information for this video. Force powers themselves were accessed universally or through the light or dark side of the Force. This is not to be mistaken for intent, as one could use light-sided force powers for bad purposes or vice versa. Dark side powers were accessed through the Force's dark side. They draw on negative emotions and have been shown to have a physically corrupting effect on the user. Dark Shear, also known as the Spear of Midnight Black, was the power that allowed the user to forge an invisible spear from dark side energy. Deadly Sight was a power that could inflict pain and injury on enemies simply by looking at them. Dark Transfer was an extremely rare power that allowed the user to bring others back to life from the brink of death. Originally thought to be just aligned with the dark side, it became aligned with both sides of the Force. Drain Knowledge is the ability to extract knowledge out of a sentient without their consent. Drain Life or Dark Healing was an ability where the user would steal vitality from others to heal themselves. Force Alchemy, better known as Sith Alchemy, was a power which used the dark side to permanently alter an item or living being. Force Choke was an attack using the Force where the user could apply a grip on their target's neck, allowing them to choke the target from a distance. Force Corrupt or Force Corruption was the ability to temporarily manipulate the minds of others to make them serve the user's own cause. Force Destruction is a power to create an energy field drawn from the dark side and throw it in any direction. Force Fear, which also included Force Horror and Force Insanity, was a power where the user would be able to cause an uncontrollable shaking fear in the target's mind. Force Lightning, otherwise known as Sith Lightning, was the well-known ability where the user would discharge bolts of electricity from their hands. Force Maelstrom, also known as Force Bombard, was a combination of the powers of Telekinesis, Protection Bubble, and Force Lightning. The user would create a protection bubble around themselves, and then loose objects or people would swirl around the outside of the bubble using Telekinesis. Finally, they would blast the objects away using Force Lightning. Force Phantoms, also called Sith Phantasms, were the ability to create lifelike apparitions that would serve whatever inclination their creator desired. Force Rage, also known by the names of Dark Rage, Force Enrage, and Force Fury, was an ability where they would tap into their innermost fears, pain, and hatred, and turn it into an intense rage to increase their speed, strength, and ferocity. Force Scream was the involuntary exertion of the dark side in the form of a scream, which emitted strong frustration, rage, or grief emitted through the Force. Force Slow was a power where the user would cloud the target's mind, causing them to slow down both mentally and physically. Force Sphere was a power where the user created a sphere of red energy that could harm opponents and deflect blaster fire as well. Force Storm was the ability to create hyperspace wormholes that could consume whole fleets of starships and tear apart surfaces of entire planets. Kinetite was a variation of Force Lightning that was restrained into a sphere and could be thrown at an enemy. Instead of burning or electrocuting, it acted as a solid projectile. Mechu Deru was a power where the user could manipulate mechanical systems such as ships, computers, and droids. Memory Lock was a power where the user would reach into their victims' minds and force them to relive all of their worst memories over and over again, to the point where it almost seemed to cause them physical pain. Midichlorian Manipulation was the ability to create, maintain, or save life through the influencing of midichlorians to a certain degree. Mind Control, also known as Dominant Mind or Control Mind, was the ability to take complete control of the mind of their victim. Mind Twist was the power to intrude another's consciousness and could twist their perception. Thought Bomb was a power that released the full volatility of the dark side. When detonated, the bomb annihilated every Force-sensitive being caught within its blast radius and absorbed their fragmented soul. Transfer Essence, also known as Transfer Life, was a power to transfer a person's consciousness into another body, or in some cases, an inanimate object. And there you have it, some of the different Force powers that are accessed through the dark side of the Force. Which one was your favorite? Let me know down below in the comment section. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. I hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.